Hello, I'm Richard Daniel Curtis, and if you are considering mental health first aid training for your organisation, there's a couple of things that I need to tell you before you start. In many organisations, you find that people go through mental health training, but actually, when something happens or when there is a crisis or someone's in distress, actually, they might still hesitate to step in. And it's not because they don't care, it's not because they don't want to help, but because the role of mental health first aider has a very big responsibility. And for some people, it can feel like when they're being asked to intervene, it's about, wanting to say the right thing or not saying the wrong thing. And actually, they don't want to make it worse, or actually, they feel that they're going into a situation that they haven't been trained for. And then that's, where we're left with mental health first aiders feeling, hesitant and actually, feeling not very confident, and that affects their willingness to help. And so, when we're talking about mental health first aid, and you're talking about mental health first aid training, this is the bit that very often people don't talk about. And what we've seen and what's really important to us is that willingness matters just as much as knowledge. It's wonderful having people who are, got all this knowledge and to recognise all these different things, but actually, if they don't feel confident enough to use it, then that's causing a massive problem. Sometimes, when those expectations of the role is just too broad, it's too heavy, people hold back. They worry about getting it wrong, they worry about overstepping, there's the whole blurring about the role itself. They worry they're being expected to fix something that they can't fix, they're not trained to fix. So the real question is, did your staff, did they just attend the training? Actually, we should be asking after the training, are they actually more willing to step in and to help? And that's the question that we've built our approach around. I'm the founder of an organisation that delivers mental health first responder training. The focus is simple: respond in the moment. It's not about interventions, it's not about proactive interventions, it's not about diagnosis, it's not about fixing, it's all about noticing someone who's in crisis or someone who's in distress, supporting them in the moment, responding calmly, supporting them in the moment, and helping that individual to access the next step, the right step for them. And that's very different from expecting someone to be a therapist. That's very different from expecting someone to recognise early onset of mental health illnesses and to intervene. There's no diagnosing, there's no pressure to have all of the answers, no expectation to provide treatment or to solve problems. It's just a clear, practical role that people can actually step into with confidence. And that clarity really changes things. It's really impactful, because when people understand what their role is, and it's really boundaried, they're there to respond supportively. They stay within boundaries and help someone to get the right support. They're much more comfortable with taking action. They've got that structure, and that's what makes mental health first responder practical in the real world. Because real situations, people don't need a perfect script. They need to know enough clarity. They need to have a structure to be able to confidently be able to do something helpful, to respond, to listen, to stay calm, to know what their role is and what it isn't. That's what mental health first responder training is designed to do. Another important difference: we just don't deliver training and hope that it lands, go, oh, well, that was fun. No, we measure people's willingness to help someone in distress before and after the course. From our point of view, that outcome really matters. If people leave the training with information, well, that's lovely. Oh, well, that was a pleasant course. Oh, that was a really interesting course. No, we want an impactful course. We want people that are willing to step in. And that is really important to us, and that's really important to my team, and we guarantee it. If people don't feel willing to help after the training, we will refund you for their place. That's our no risk offer, because we really believe that people should attend training that leads to behaviour change that actually is impactful, not just about attending a training course that was lovely or that was nice or, oh, that was interesting. No, We want to know that your staff are more willing to help and actually have that impact. So, if you're currently exploring mental health first aid training, it's worth asking yourself, what kind of role are we asking people to take on? Will they feel confident in that role? Will they understand the boundaries? And most importantly, will they actually be willing to help when the moment comes? If that's what you care about, mental health first responder training may be a far better fit for your organisation, because it's practical, it's clear, and gives people confidence without making them feel like they have to fix everything. So if you want more information, if you want to see how mental health first responder works in practice, visit our website using the link below. You'll find more on the approach, the training, and our willingness guarantee.